let's just win another one.
Yeah.
Let's just win another. Come on, and fair enough. But they made it very difficult.
Yeah.
They made it very hard for themselves, and I just want you to kind of give me your first thoughts. Obviously, you would have been in this final.
Yeah.
So, perspectively, I'm guessing you're also friends of Stellies.
Yeah,
So
obviously.
friends of Stellies, but give me just like, what were your thoughts of just the game and everything that transpired?
The game, I'd say nervy. It was cagey. I think both teams, like, in the first few minutes of the game, were just trying to feel each other out.
Yeah.
But you could sense that Pirates were like sort of the team like in the driver's seat.
For sure.
Because even though Stellies created chances.
Yeah, especially in transition.
Yeah, in transition, they created chances. Mujela found himself like in a couple of great positions. Andre De Jong also. You mentioned he had a very frustrating game because he did have chances, but he didn't bury them. And in moments, it looked like he didn't understand his role. He was the first nine, but sometimes he was drifting over to the left, to the wings, in times where like he didn't need to. And I feel like that played into Pirates' role. Stellies were more under pressure, bro. And you could see it, though. You could see that Stellies were the team that was under pressure. And Pirates, they held their nerve, bro. Like, they knew this is our competition. We are the Cup Kings currently in South Africa.
And fair play, too.
Fair play to them, bro. What were your thoughts?
I think in the first half, I'd say was probably the most entertaining 0-0 draws because of how open the game was.
Yeah.
Because you're seeing that, okay, Pirates are obviously going to impose themselves. They're going to have the ball. They're going to try and run into space. They have the players, just open teams up. And you could tell that, okay, Stellies was like saying they were going to play wide. And then you guys are going to try and like play narrow throws, try to break us down. And I think in that final third, you could tell they were trying to connect with each other, but it wasn't working. Because again, Stellies, defensively, they're a very resolute team. When they want to be, they can really clamp down on you, and they have great players that are able to kind of just perform defensively a very excellent job.
Yeah.
And I must say credit to Mbuyane as well for being able to kind of marshal that midfield as well.
Yeah.
He was really like impressive for me. From an attacking standpoint, I'd say Barnes, he was a menace.
Yeah.
And you'd be wishing that, if he had better players around him on the day, or if the better players made better decisions. As I said, Andre de Jong, I can see that he's not necessarily, he's a big Dutch boy, but he's not a target man. He's always going to come inside, try to overload in the midfield, link up play. You could tell he was doing it pretty well, but thing is now when you need someone in the box, there was no one in the box for Stellies, because every time Pirates would give away the ball because they would give away the ball in the midfield. Boom! All of a sudden they go in transition, they're running, but there's no one there. And then Mbogazi or Usiama are able to just kind of like get it out and start fresh. So that frustrated me just because I'm just thinking, this game, we had it last year. It was very controversial. You imagine they've got another opportunity to redeem themselves. You could tell they were playing with a lot of emotion. They were trying to say, we're going to stay in this game. And it frustrated Pirates a lot. And I'd say also, just to kind of add on to that, players like Mbata, who were waxing lyrical about during the international break.
Yeah.
Very wasteful, man. I don't know. He was very wasteful. He wasn't really effective the way that I thought it would be, which was quite disappointing. And I need to talk about the Mfuke, man.
Yeah.
I think there's certain moments where he's receiving the ball. I think there was a moment they had the opportunity to break, and the ball kind of was behind him, and and there was a certain point he was at the edge of the box. You think that he'd be able to kind of 1-2 with Umbule or something, and he takes too many touches, and I'm like, he seemed like he's playing within himself. I don't know if you've seen that.
I've noticed that, but like I feel like sometimes his quality like overcomes that in some instances. But you can tell that he's not the same fucking, he's not as sharp anymore.
True. And I just hope that he's able to kind of refine that form again. But credit all the way to Stellies for keeping themselves in the game for as long as they did. And I think they'd feel hard done by that they didn't score one at least, because I think
they did make
they did. And obviously at the end of the day, you got to win your games, and I think this game was won by the substitutions. Osinopolis, I think we can safely say he's fully integrated himself now. He's arrived.
I think so, because he was the game-changing substitution. Tawang Muremi got the goals, but Osinopolis was the one who capitalized on Stellenbosch's like tight defense into the extra time. And I'm just looking at it like, was it the right decision to bench him? I say it was, because Osinopolis just played like two intense games for Bafana.
Yeah.
So this Mfukeng, this is his stage, bro. The big games, this is his stage. This is what he made his name from. And I didn't see no problem with Coach Wadu starting Mfukeng on the left wing. But as the game went on, as you mentioned, that he doesn't look like himself. And the substitution here probably came at a time, bro, where like Paris needed something else. They needed something fresh.
True. I think as well, just to kind of add on to the substitutions, Moremi coming on, massive substitution. Clearly, obviously, you know, he scores 2 goals. But even Mabaso coming on for Mohamed, because I always say, for me, evidence Mohamed does all the good things except for the one thing he's supposed to be doing, which is scoring goals. He is a huge presence. He's able to link up play. He's very smart in terms of his spatial awareness, in terms of to allow his wingers. Because Pirates, they use their wingers a lot. So he's like, I know how to hold the ball to make sure that my players, so that we can able. So he's good at that.
And he has a good pressing game too.
And he's very good in terms of just like being the pressing trigger.
Yeah.
But that opportunity that he had, that I don't know if it was Billy or...
Yeah, I think Billy put the ball over the top.
He put over the top, and he just needed to kind of get contact.
Yeah.
And obviously credit to the defender who was able to kind of like intercept that as well. But those are the moments where you're just saying that's why you need Mabaso in those moments. Because you need goals to be scored. And, you know, I think evidence perhaps, I feel like overall, like, he brings a lot of good other times, but I don't think he's the guy that you depend on. So, but otherwise, I'd say that changed the game as well, because now you had a focal point. You had someone that you could get at the end of goals for, which is important, and it made a big difference. But again, as you said, the coach, I'd say credit to him as well. You know, we could see he was in his sling. He was starting out like, you know, he looked a bit like, I don't know if he was trying to use the sympathy, just like, you know, hey guys, I'm glad he's okay.
Yeah, because that was really an unfortunate defense.
True. But I mean, by the end, like, he was literally there with the guys. He's just, you know, he's kind of, and I'm like, nah, credit to them. And again, just to kind of, I don't know, I just want to end it off. This competition came at the perfect time for the way the season was looking.
Yeah.
This came at the perfect time. Playing you guys, beating you guys was really the spark that they needed, and they've shown again, man. Like, at the end of the day,
I just want to say, standout performance. Chase Stevens, man, you did all you could, man.
No, he tried. He
tried, bro.
Yeah.
He worked in this game. Paris threw those long shots at him. That was my standout performance. Disappointed performance from Sipumbule. I know he also played like 2 games.
Which is a bit controversial, because he's like everyone's darling at the moment. He's, you know, Master Chef. You know, he's the guy. You know, he's the flavor of the month. You know, he's the hero in the national team and here for Pirates.
We expect more. I feel like we should expect more from him. And in these type of games, he could have had more impact. Gavin Titus too. I know he's having like a contract, he's having a contract negotiation, and I feel like it seems like that's affecting his game, because he was one of those players you were expecting for Chelsea to make an impact in this game. But overall, I feel like it was a great final.
No, it really was. It
was a great final, end to end. You know, both teams left everything on the pitch. Can't complain. And first trophy in the bag in the PSL for Orlando Pirates.
Once again. So let's just see if they can actually capitalize. Because I think in this, they won the MTN8 last year, and it felt like a distant memory towards the end. But credit to them for, again, like, showing up. I'd say, for me, I'm like, they are a cup team.
Yeah.
But a cup, like, winning a cup is still winning. It's still winning. Winning is a part of football. That's what you need to do. You need to win trophies. You'd rather be in the finals than not. So, credit to them. And, let's see if they can take it to the league and for the rest of the season. But, credit to everyone involved, and credit to Stellies for giving it their best shot. But, other than that, you know, that was just our brief thoughts on the game. Let us know what you guys think of the game. Who do you think were the standout players? Who do you think shined the most? We want to hear your guys' thoughts and everything. But, appreciate the love and support. We're going to keep on doing our thing, giving you the content all the time. But, from Mo and VJ, stay tuned in.
I'm cool.